Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you be notified of future uploads and updates. So now the trades as well as the mainstream media are actually finally admitting that Disney's failing. Disney has a big problem. Okay, so we have here, and I got a few of these articles up here, and also got a few notes prepared as well as to see what can be done or is the only way to fix Disney. Okay, so this is coming in from Newsweek here. It says, why can't Disney make it like it used to? I mean, I don't know. Why is it that, they're doing so well in the box office with the ratings on the streaming platform? How come the linear channels aren't doing so well either? That's what a lot of people are wondering all of a sudden. Okay, what let's see, what's next? What's next? This is coming in from InsideTheMagic.net, where it says rumors predict the imminent end of Disney. Okay, and that's pretty interesting. This was published on yesterday, and this was posted on Newsweek. Well, the 12th. This is interesting because now we see here that the trades are finally admitting what's actually going on, which is wrong. This is coming in from Disney.com, another pro-biased Disney website that's contributing to the current agenda, if you will, the current failing agenda, where it says here, is the woke agenda to blame for Disney's summer of box office flops? We all know the answer to that, and I'm going to touch up on that briefly later on in the video, because of the simple fact that they're not it's not about making money anymore. No, you gotta get a certain political agenda out there so you can make money. Went from making money just simply simply entertaining people all the way to trying to go ahead and make a certain agenda no matter how much money is not being made. Okay, and that's pretty interesting because of the simple fact that a lot of YouTubers as well as other people on social media took a lot of heat when they spoke out against these things. What's another article? Oh, this is coming from the famous We Got This Covered blog, where it says more bad news for Disney as Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny gets passed at the box office by a movie that costs $277 million less to produce. What was that movie? Sound of Freedom. Only cost about $14 million to make for the production budget, along with the fact that it was said they had the crowdfunded to like $5 million and everything. But guess what? They got slaughtered by it because of the simple fact that the movie made back the money that it produced, that it spent for production budget. Okay, and it's like a lot of people out there, it seems to me, are starting to panic a bit. At least those who are actually working for the company. Last but not least, coming in from Axel, says the Disney dilemma underscores the media's existential crisis. Okay, so yeah, the traders are now paying attention to these things, and it's like we see here that the people are actually winning. Going back to that same retail slogan, the customer is always right. Thing is, they never listen to the customer. They stop listening to customers and everything, trying to go ahead and put a certain political ideology out there to the public, hoping to gain new customers as well as keeping the OG customers, when in reality the OG customers and consumers actually left. Okay, so I want to briefly read about this in this article. Talk about, despite strong storms with Avatar: The Way of Water, I've reminded y'all before, Disney was not responsible for creating Avatar: The Way of Water, even though they bought 20th Century Fox Studios or whatever it's called. The fact of the matter is, it was released through Disney. They didn't create it. It was released through Disney. All right. And they're just taking credit for that, for what, and saying that, which brought the movie, which brought in a whopping $2.3 billion around the world, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which has made almost $850 million globally, the past year has been lackluster for Disney. Really? And they're also pointing out with the example with Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny, which is Harrison Ford's last cutting outing as the famous archaeologist, which only made $369 million globally, under only a tad more than its budget of $295 million. But the thing is, what happened to the different trades that try to justify saying that it broke even because of the fact that $360 million globally, it broke even? That's good. It actually went over that. No. Don't go there. You got to also consider the fees and everything. Also the fact that the theaters get the cut for actually playing the movies there in the theaters. Also with the marketing as well, which is like much more. So this movie had needed either anywhere between $600 million to $1 billion to go ahead and break even. Okay. To even remotely be successful. All right. So all these things are the fault of only one person. That's Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the only one who's at fault for this because of the fact that all these things happen under his direction. Okay. So there's a number of YouTubers out there as well as people on social media who are suddenly feeling vindicated about this because of the fact that they were right about this. Okay. They know the fans because they are fans and stuff, or at least former fans now. All right. But the fact of the matter is, there's like the company can be fixed, but will it be successfully fixed? I don't know. I want it to be successful again. I want it to be fixed and change, and I want changes to come. In order to do that, Disney need to go back to focus on family, focusing on quality, focus on being more affordable, rather than not only being more affordable, but also being able to afford making the different content that they're trying to put out there. Okay, instead of just overspending and having a super high budget to the point where the content is so bad they'll get little in return. Okay, then there's also the fact that the current leadership, there's an issue with the current leadership, the fact that it can't be fixed under the current leadership because it's like the current leadership right now, it's been a lot of mismanagement that's happening behind the scenes with everything in the company, Disney, Lucasfilm, Marvel Studios, Pixar, so on and so forth. Okay, that was the issue because the fact that there was a lot of people who worked for the company for years and stuff, where they've been promoted to newer management rather than get somebody from the outside trying to come inside to make corrections. But the problem is they had somebody on the inside get bumped up into a high position to make changes, and it failed. Okay, then there was also decisions made by Bob Iger himself. Okay, but it can only be fixed by rolling back prices on everything. Theme park tickets. If not theme park tickets, then you can also do, concessions and everything that's inside the theme park stuff, make it more affordable. The foods, concessions, all of that, even souvenirs. Okay, and then it's also canceling live action remakes. Okay, canceling live action remakes, even those that are planning to come out and stuff, where people don't want live action remakes, and that's shown in the theaters, okay? And the fact that it's been confirmed by word of mouth, reviews and stuff, both online and on YouTube, then that's what helps you. That's what's the fact that's turning people away, okay? Then there's also the fact that they need to start being apolitical again. Look at the example of Bud Light. They decided to go ahead and become political, and then they also responded by not apologizing, but instead by taking heat from both of those on the left and the right. The right accusing them of actually putting woke ideology as a priority in their marketing, and then they took heat from the left, where the left actually say that they didn't step up and defend Dylan Mulvaney. Okay, but the fact of the matter is you're apolitical and stay apolitical. You won't catch any loss from anyone on either side, because your consumers are people from all different walks of the political spectrum. Okay, and then there's also the fact that you need to start being creative with new things. Okay, Bob Iger's not creative. I'm gonna tell you this right now. He's not creative. At least find somebody creative and stuff to go ahead and head these things on. You can pay attention to the numbers, but use that numbers to have common sense to help you become creative and to figure out what needs to be done right and correctly. All right. Then there's also the issues with being willing to try new things, because right now it's a lot of people out there who's afraid of failing. Okay. But we see that they're failing and they continued failing, and they haven't even learned anything. Okay. And then it's also the issues with the subscription prices. We got to lower the prices for Disney Plus and Hulu as well. And the fact of the matter is, we've seen from this previous earnings call where Bob Iger announced that he's going to raise up the prices, okay, for the ad tier as well as non-ad tier. Okay, he's trying to make it more expensive for those who chose to go in the non-ad direction, so that way they'll go ahead and choose their ads so they can pay less. All right. Now, raising prices on both platforms, and the only way it's going to make it inevitable for the one thing that's inevitable to happen much sooner, okay, which is the destruction of the company itself, okay? But also, they got to rethink the process of putting out there the agenda as well as for the content, okay? You've seen that, they focus more heavily on politics, but instead go back to focusing heavily on entertainment, the story, so on and so forth. The hell, they focus on family. Okay, it's that simple. But you got to be willing to do that. All right. And we've seen that Bob Iger wasn't willing to do that until he saw that the numbers started going down. Okay. And then also, folks, and you got to do this with everything with Marvel, Pixar, Lucasfilm, the whole shebang bang. Though Lucasfilm the Star Wars is possibly destroyed at this point. Okay. Then you also got to be and this has been said before, to release the older content from the vault. Okay, use that to at least to make you creative again. Okay, live up to being all about the people rather than just having that as lip service and they put out their more political ideologies. Okay, get rid of those in the company who is not willing to make these fixes and stuff the same way you got rid of those who weren't willing to go along with the political agenda. Okay, if you do these things, try to fix the company or possibly something else, get replacements for Kevin Feige, for Kathleen Kennedy, who's better. Like for Lucasfilm, instead of keeping Kathleen Kennedy, go ahead, let her retire and everything, or not retire, just go ahead and force her out and stuff. Get somebody like either bring back George Lucas or possibly replace her with Jon Favreau. Okay. Let go of the whole political ideology. You'll get back to consumers, okay? So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Let me know what went wrong in the video. Be sure to include any additional thoughts that I didn't touch upon in this video. Also, if you enjoyed what I shared in the video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you enjoyed it on what I put out there in the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.